So a couple months ago, I reacted to the 2-minute trailer for the live-action film of Little Mermaid, and I expected to get an entire summary of the film. I thought I could predict everything that was going to happen in the movie, who was going to be a success, who was going to be a failure, just based on a 2-minute trailer. I'm happy to report I couldn't be more wrong, and this one today was one of the ones I was so looking forward to. I was really looking forward to seeing Melissa McCarthy in this role. I thought she was just going to blow it out of the water. We'll see what we think in a moment, but I gotta say up front here, the winner and the absolute star of this film, as she should have been, was Halle Bailey. And I have a whole commentary video of Part of Your World on my Patreon page. You can find that at the link below, just as a cleanse for myself, really, just because I would think I was just so unbelievably wrong on my predictions for her in this movie that I have to go and walk some of those comments way back. So we'll get to that eventually, but let's take a look at this one today. Poor Unfortunate Souls, Melissa McCarthy. Here we go.
I admit that in the past I've been a nasty. They weren't kidding when they called me, well, a witch. But you'll find that nowadays I've mended all my ways. Repentance in the light and made a switch. True, yes. And I fortunately know a little magic. It's a talent that I always have possessed. And here lately, please don't laugh, I use it on behalf of the miserable, lonely, and depressed, pathetic, unfortunate souls in pain, in need. This one longing to be thinner, that one wants to get the girl, and do I help them? Yes, indeed.
I think Melissa's a little bit tied here based on the CGI that she has to deal with. I cannot imagine how difficult it was to perform this number. First of all, lip syncing to the entire thing that you're trying to just follow along to a track, and then also having to deal with this CGI, however they shot these underwater scenes and everything. It looked clunky the whole film, and even this one included. It just feels like she's so restricted and can't actually just break out of that. So she's forced then to overplay her hand on a lot of things and really just lean into lines that really maybe don't need it, trying to maybe play it up a little bit too much rather than just be sinister and evil. So yeah, those things could have been fixed, but I think she's just hemmed in. To me, she's just too much in a box to really make this number come alive. Yeah, not only that, you're up against Pat Carroll, who unbelievable, just a crazy rendition of the original. So you're faced against that as well, that everyone's going to compare to, and it's just hard to come up to that.
Unfortunate souls, so sad, so true. They come flocking to my cauldron, great snails, Ursula, please, and I help them. Yes, I do. Now, it's happened once or twice. Someone couldn't pay the price, and I'm afraid I had to rake 'em across the coals. Yes, I've had the odd complaint, but on the whole I've been a saint to those poor unfortunate souls.
You need to decide that. I don't think they could decide on a direction they wanted. Do they want to go vaudeville, or do they want to just go absolute horror? Not horror, but absolute, just put the fear in all of these kids, just make them so terrified of Ursula. I don't know if you can toe the line between those two and pull it off. I think that's kind of encompasses the whole film for me, is that they were trying to please one group and please the other, and in the end they kind of just went straight up the middle and just made an okay film. That's just my overall commentary of the entire thing. This one is no exception. I think they kind of took a little bit from one side, a little bit from the other, and this is what you get. It kind of feels like Rob is directing Chicago again with that. Like, this could be Queen Latifah flying down, with her tentacles. It doesn't feel like authentic to me. It doesn't feel real. It feels like a little bit slapsticky almost. It just feels gimmicky. But after all that, her singing is okay. It fits the role perfectly. She's got auto-tune in the right places that she needs it, but has enough of a singing voice to pull it off.
Come on, you unfortunate soul! Go ahead! Make your choice! I'm a very busy woman, and I haven't got all day. It won't cost much. Just your voice. Unfortunate soul! It's sad, but true. If you want to cross the bridge, my sweet, you've got to pay the toll. Pluck a scab from off your tail, a drop of blood inside the bowl. Got some depth and now I got a voice. The boss is on a roll. This poor unfortunate
yeah, like I said, going into it, I loved the casting, and I still do. I think she pulled it off as well as she could have. I think there are a couple of directing choices, a couple of things in the movie that they chose for the whole film that kind of let down every number in its own way, unfortunately. But from a straight music standpoint, like I mentioned already, Pat Carroll is the beacon. She's the top bar that you're trying to hit all the time. And even Sherry Renee Scott, for those Broadway fans, was unbelievable, her vocals in this. I mean, she's one of the best singers Broadway has maybe seen, and so it's a high bar vocally to come up to. So what else could Melissa really do with this role? But in the end, I would say my thoughts on this number are exactly as they were on the whole film, really, for the most part. Straight up the middle is you didn't pick a lane, pick one side or the other, instead of just trying to go in between and kind of not pleasing everyone 100%. Overall, I mean, it is enjoyable. It made me emotional. It made me laugh. I loved the music. Overall, was a successful film for me. There's just a couple things that could have made it a little bit more alive and a little bit more magical. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that one. I have more commentary on the Little Mermaid live action. We have 3 videos right now on our Patreon page. You can find all those at the link below. Let me know what you thought about this video, what you'd like to see in the future. Hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications. Find me again at my Patreon page, and I'm Marc Daniel Patrick, and we will see you next time.